And I won't get too detailed in terms of this particular ritual right here, because I always get an account strike whenever I talk about this, but I have tons of detailed diagrams breaking the reason why this event happened and what the underlying message was about these two towers, okay, and what they represent in connection with these two people, okay. There's a reason why it was done on September 11, 2001, and September is actually the 7th month, and as I explained before, the number 7 is the scythe energy or the reaping energy, okay. So you're talking about getting rid of these two, okay, and keeping this 3 energy, or the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, masculine trinity, versus the Ankh, which is the 4-dimensional space, which is also including a 5th dimensional space, which is the womb space. Or we're talking about going in from the 3D which is the 3rd dimension, which is the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, 12 gates of light, moon machine, into the 13th, or the 1 + 3 = 4th dimension, which also includes an additional dimension of the 5th space, which is the womb space of the Divine Mother. Okay, so you're talking about a ritual that was done against this energy, which is the woman clothed with the sun. She has the moon at her feet because she can bring forth a man child that's going to shut down the moon machine. Okay, and this is going to cause a great earthquake. These two people are so powerful in their magnetic attraction, and they are polar opposites in the masculine and feminine, that when they come together, just similar to like the movie Hancock, they basically shut everything down. It's going to be a very powerful event that's going to cause a lot of natural phenomena to begin to happen, such as earthquakes are going to be extremely powerful when these two people come together. So there's a great massive orchestration to keep these two people from coming together, and this is basically the basis of every movie. Almost every movie, television show has scripting for these two to keep them from coming together, or it tells the story of the two witnesses in many different variations. And once you learn the basics of how all of these numerical value works, you're talking about the 0, which is representing the womb of the woman, and you have the 1, which represents the phallus, or 1 of 360 of a circle, which is the phallus of the man, and him coming full circle into himself, bringing forth the yang energy, okay, which is the 9 energy. You're talking about the full circle moment of the man. The 1s and 0s are basically binary code that creates all of life and all of existence, okay, and this is their story from 0, which is the mother, Adam, Eve, or the Divine Mother, the Divine Father himself, their journey and all of what these numbers mean in between, getting up into the point where they are ending, which the side is like the reaping of time, which I will plug in a diagram so you can see here how that looks in a hexagonal space, and how the mathematics for that works in terms of the 7 reaping, or getting rid of this twisted 8, which is basically the number 8 is kind of like this circle twisted, okay? It's like the womb space tied in a knot, okay? And in order to get that womb space untied, or to get that divine feminine over here to this finality, or this last number, or the birth of this child, because this is a pregnant woman, okay? The circle is at the bottom, and this is the birth of the child, which is like Rafiki holding up Simba, okay? You have the circle at the top, which is the womb being born, and this is the yin and the yang. And this is their story coming together through all of these numbers, okay, procreating and creating life within this earth realm, and then ending time through the reaping here, using this 7 energy in order to slip this knot and then bring birth into this new earth realm, okay? So there's a lot of scripting that goes on to keep this particular timeline right here from happening, because they are the only two people that can do it. They are the first spawns of energy that ever existed, is as far as like the first in the pecking order of the divine order on the earth realm, and everyone else is a spawn of their energy, okay? Everybody wants to be the chosen one, but I'm here to tell you it does not work that way. There is a pecking order, and there are 2 energetic frequencies housed within a physical body of 2 people that are the oldest living beings on planet earth, energetically and genetically, okay? They are both at this particular full circle moment in time, and they are the ones who gave birth to all of the nations on planet earth, and they are the most powerful, and they are the only ones who have the genetic code and understanding and information and extreme intelligence to understand how all of this works, and they are the ones who are going to bring this event about through their own works, okay? Don't listen to what church tells you about how this is all going to go down. There has to be two people with the morality and the wherewithal and the intelligence level to decode and understand this, and also follow through with what they are doing, as well as get around the orchestration, which is a part of their testimony as a Christ, because they're going to be the ones to witness. That's why they're called witnesses, because they're going to witness to you and give their testimony about how they were kept apart and all the orchestration that was done to keep them from getting to this timeline of birthing the man-child, so that they can shut everything down, so they can free everyone in the realm. Okay, this is the most important story of all of the Matrix, and it is the crux of all Matrix scripting. Please like, share, and subscribe, and put a comment down in the comments and just let me know what you think of this content overall. And until next time, peace, love, and light.